We're going to talk about the Content Aware Fill tool now. It's a great tool, one of my favorites, because it does a lot of work for you. It's pretty smart. To use it, we have to select an area and ask it to fill it. So first thing, let's create a blank layer. And the corners up here, where it's hammock, I find quite distracting and wish it went all the way to the top of the frame. Now we could select that area by going to our lasso tool and selecting out the area. But there's an easier way to do this. So let's do a Control D or Command D to get rid of the selection. And let's go to our Magic Wand tool. We can go right here, select that area. If we hold down the Shift key, we could select that area. So we've got both areas selected rather quickly. However, for the fill tool to work, it needs to see some of the surrounding pixels to know what to fill in on. So go up to your Select menu, Modify, and Expand. And you need to expand it by a certain number of pixels so it can see what's around it. I'm going to say 6 pixels. And it expands that selection, and you can go up to your Edit menu now. And down to Fill, you can see that Shift F5 is the shortcut key, and hit Fill. Now make sure you have Content Aware selected in the dialog box and your blending mode as normal, and then say OK. Oh, wait a second. There's a problem. I wanted to show you this. Unlike the spot healing tools and the clone stamp tools, Content Aware Fill will not work on a blank layer. So let's hit that. What we're going to have to do, let's delete this layer. To do that, we're going to have to delete our selections, which is either Control D or Command D. Then we can hit the delete key to delete that layer. Okay, so to make this work, we're going to have to copy that background layer by using Control J on the PC or Command J on the Mac, and we get a complete copy of that layer. Now I know that increases the size of your file, but I'm going to show you a little trick on how to get rid of that layer so that we don't need it. So let's go ahead and reselect, and then let's expand our selection again by going to Modify, Expand. Okay, now it's selected. Now let's go to Edit, Fill, Content Aware, and Normal Blend, and say OK. And look what it did. It filled that in perfectly. Now, before you continue, before you clear your selections, here's the little trick we're going to do. While it's still selected, hit Control J on PC or Command J on the Mac, and it's going to create a blank layer with those fills in it. You can go here and delete this layer, and so it's going to change the file. Right now the file with these 3 layers is sitting at 179 megabytes. We could delete that, and now it's to 94 megabytes. And if we look just on this layer, you can see the sides of it filled in. So we can keep the correction on one blank layer, and we have this perfectly filled in. And if I hadn't messed up and tried to do it on a blank layer at first, that probably would have taken us less than about 20 seconds to do.